Coming into today's game, none of the New York Jets' 6 victories on the year came in come-from-behind fashion. Leave it to the New York Giants, masters of snatching defeat from the jaws of victory, to change all that. The New York Jets scored 13 unanswered points in the fourth quarter and overtime as Gang Green stunned Big Blue. The Jets over the Giants 23-20 here at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The battle of New York footballing supremacy was everything advertised and then some. The Jets took an early lead, 3-0 on a Randy Bullock field goal. Then the Giants dominated in the second quarter, scoring 20 second quarter points to take a 20-10 lead into the intermission. The Giants took the lead on the first play of the second quarter. On a New York Jets punt, Dwayne Harris returned the punt 80 yards for a touchdown to give the Giants a 7-3 lead. Later in that quarter, Odell Beckham Jr. happened. A 72-yard catch and run for a touchdown on a pass from Eli Manning, giving the Giants a 17-10 lead. That lead was 10 points at 20-10 at halftime and also going into the fourth quarter as well. And then the sequence of events that changed everything. The Giants had the ball late in the third quarter and then embarked on a 17-play, 76-yard drive, which chewed up more than 11 minutes off the clock. And on the last play of that drive, a 4th down and 2 from the 4-yard line in the fourth quarter, the normally conservative Tom Coughlin decided to go for it. And on that play, Eli Manning's pass was intercepted by Rontez Miles, and that set the wheels in motion for a New York Jets comeback. On the ensuing drive, the Jets drove down the field, got a field goal to cut it within 7 at 20-13. The Giants had the lead. The Jets defense got the 3-and-out it needed. New York Jets got the ball back with 2:40 left, and they were able to drive down the field and get the game-tying touchdown on that drive on a 4th down and 6. Ryan Fitzpatrick ran the ball for 15 yards to keep the drive alive and the game alive, and that drive was capped off by a 9-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Fitzpatrick to Brandon Marshall to tie the game at 20. The Jets won the toss to begin overtime. They got a field goal, Randy Bullock, from 31 yards. The Giants got the ball back, went down the field, and then Josh Brown, who had not missed a field goal in almost 1 calendar year, missed a 48-yard field goal to end the game. The Jets stealing one here at MetLife Stadium, 23-20 over the New York Giants. And after the game, I got a chance to catch up with offensive lineman James Carpenter of the New York Jets, and I asked him to begin our conversation. Of the 7 wins for the New York Jets, does this win rank as the biggest win, especially given the nature of the victory?
No, every win is the same, man. I'm just happy to get it done. But it was great, you know, trying to get into the playoffs and stuff, so this was a great win.
This is your first, I guess, New York versus New York game. Did you feel that intensity of a New York versus New York game more than any other regular game on the schedule?
Oh yeah, it was very intense. You know, the D-line was coming hard. It was a really physical game.
Yeah. The defensive line for the New York Giants got a few sacks, hit Ryan Fitzpatrick a lot. Being an offensive lineman and seeing your quarterback getting hit a few times, what's your mentality later in the game when you see that?
You know, just not to let it happen again. You know, they get paid too, so you know, it was tough, but we got it done. You know, we had a couple of good plays ourselves, you know, but it was good.
The first couple of drives were pretty good for you guys. You got a field goal out of the second drive, but then the Giants were able to put up a lot of points and the offense stalled for a little bit. What do you think happened during the middle part of the game where you weren't really able to get really drives going?
I know, you know, sometimes it happens like that, but we just kept on fighting, you know, playing professional, and we just kept on going. And we got the job done. That's all that matters.
When you see running backs like Chris Ivory and Bilal Powell doing well running the ball, it's great. But when you see Bilal Powell catching the ball and scoring a touchdown and making plays out of the backfield, how does it make an offensive lineman feel for a running back doing well but catching the ball?
Oh, it's great. You know, I love when my teammates, no matter who it is, do great. So it was awesome when they score, you know.
Down 20-10, the Giants have that long drive. They go for it on 4th down. They don't make it. You're on the sidelines. What's the feeling being on the sidelines for about 11, 12 minutes as the Giants are almost getting ready to end the game pretty much?
You know, it was kind of nervous, but I got faith in the defense. I'm glad they was able to do what they are capable of doing, you know, getting the stop. So it was great.
Were you surprised that the Giants went for it on that 4th down?
Not really, you know. I'm not a coach, so I just do what I'm supposed to do, you know.
You weren't surprised?
Nah, it wasn't.
It wasn't. Okay, and then after the Rontez Miles pick, did you have a feeling that, oh, once we get this ball, we're coming back?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I always go in thinking that we're going to win anyway, so I knew that it was going to make a play. I got faith in the defense.
James Carpenter, thank you so very much for joining us. Congratulations on the win.
All right, thanks, man.
The New York Jets are now 7-5 and in the thick of the AFC playoff picture. As for the New York Giants, I mentioned earlier that they are the masters of snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. This game was the fourth time the New York Giants let a double-digit second-half lead slip, and the third time the Giants let a double-digit fourth quarter lead slip in a loss. If you thought the seat under head coach Tom Coughlin was hot before this game, another double-digit blown lead against a city rival, and that seat has to be boiling right now for head coach Tom Coughlin. The Giants are 5-7 and looking to right the ship next week on Monday Night Football, taking on the Miami Dolphins. The New York Jets will be right back here at MetLife Stadium. This time they'll be the home team and will take on the Tennessee Titans. So stay tuned to a lot of sports talk and a lot of sportstalk.com. We will have our first installment of the 3-Point Play, our weekly review of Division I college basketball. We will also have our latest Down and Distance podcast, Holly Culbertson and myself, reviewing and previewing games in the National Football League. Our second down guest will be Demario Davis, linebacker of the New York Jets. So once again, our final score, the New York Jets defeating the New York Giants by a score of 23-20 in overtime. From MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, my name is Adeshina Koike for a lot of sportstalk.com.